Welcome to Embody Your Wild. I'm your host, Carolyn LaFortune, and I'm an embodiment guide. I'm a mother of two. I'm a studio owner of EmbodiPole in Ottawa, and I'm here to have real conversations about how to tap into your wildness or erotic power, into your aliveness. Let's fucking go. Meghan started pole in 2023 at EmbodiPole, which was called Iron X Fitness at the time. With her background in aerial acrobatics, she quickly felt comfortable on the pole and has been obsessed ever since. In 2024, she began teaching at EmbodiPole, and in 2025, she started competing, most recently winning gold in the After Hours division at the Canadian Pole and Aerial Championships. She loves the thrill of trying new tricks and exploring sensual movement in such a supportive environment. Her favorite part of teaching is helping students achieve things they never thought they could do and seeing them come alive as they explore their sensual side. In her spare time, she practices aerial silks and enjoys rock climbing with friends. So welcome, Meghan.
Thank you.
I'm really glad that you could be. This is going to be a great episode. So we're going to get to learn more about you and more about your journey with pole and how your whole journey evolved into what it is today. Since you're a coach here, I would love to get to know what got you into pole in the first place.
Well, I got into pole originally for the pole sport fitness side of things. I've always been very athletic. My parents put me in a lot of sports growing up. And so, I heard pole is so difficult. They make it look so beautiful and graceful, but it's actually really, really hard. And I was like, yeah, I want to do that. So yeah, I got into it thinking this is just going to be another sport. This is just going to be another activity. And my journey, brought me in a completely different direction. Yeah, kind of started there and it grew from there.
Nice. Thank you. And so after the rebrand of Iron X Fitness, what made you stay at EmbodiPole? Because it has been such a big shift. It was like a big 180 flip of branding, of the whole messaging and everything. What kept you staying here?
So yeah, that was kind of a really interesting time in my life because originally I did pick Iron X Fitness literally because of the name. I was like, an Iron X is a cool, amazing move. I want to do that. But I was struggling a lot with pole in general, and I was struggling because I never felt sexy. Sure, I could do the moves, but I wasn't doing them in a way that felt good. I felt disconnected from my body. I felt stiff all the time. And so I actually stepped away a little bit shortly after that branding change happened, thinking, maybe this is the end of my pole journey. But I missed it so much. And I realized it wasn't the tricks. It wasn't the sport that I missed. It was the community. It was the people at the studio. It was those moments of connection with the other girls here. So yeah, I came back kind of seeking out that. And then took that opportunity as well to think, well, what else in my life am I kind of missing? And so I really took the time to dive back into the sensual side of things, put the tricks away for a bit, focus on embodiment, focus on dance and flow and moving in a fluid kind of way, which I think, overall helped me grow as a dancer. So I'm really happy that I came back. It was a tricky time to kind of make that choice, but it's a choice that I've never regretted it for a second.
Fascinating. Who are you outside of being a coach at EmbodiPole?
I'm a pretty quiet and reserved person, actually. I think I really come alive when I'm teaching. I really come alive when I'm dancing, when I'm performing, and people, outside in my life kind of are caught off guard by that. I'm always the person who stays quiet in a group setting. I don't speak up unless somebody specifically talks to me first. I like to keep to myself. I like to keep busy kind of with my own things. So yeah, I'm very different, but it's nice having this space where I can be, one version of myself and then a completely different version of myself outside.
Yeah. And in your, I guess, personal life, you're saying you're very quiet. Do you wish you would be able to take up more space, or you're content being?
For the longest time, I wished I could. I would go to these group settings, even with my own family, Easter dinner with my own family. I would leave feeling upset because I felt like, although I enjoyed the company, I felt like, oh, I wish I had said more. I wish I like included myself more in the activities and in the conversation. But now I no longer feel that way. Now I realize like it's okay to be a little bit quieter. It's okay to sort of just appreciate where you are and not necessarily have to be like super involved in it. So I love it about myself now, and I'm not trying to change it. I know that I can be a social butterfly, and I know that there are times when I just choose not to, and that's fine.
Yeah. And what have been some personal challenges that this practice, like pole and sensual movement and all that, helped you to navigate?
A lot of it was learning to love myself. Kind of like I just mentioned, like one of those aspects was learning to love the fact that I have these different sides of me and I don't have to, always be one versus the other. Learning to understand what it is that I want out of life, out of relationships. Years ago, I was in a really, really rough spot because of a relationship that I was in. And when I got out of it, my immediate reaction was to run away. Like I literally moved to China because I was
Okay,
like,
wow.
I need to get away from this life. Like I'm so deeply unhappy. Whereas, I came back from China thinking, cool, I'm healed. I'm all better now. And obviously I wasn't. Obviously I was still dealing with the trauma. But I didn't have like an outlet. I didn't have a space to feel safe and to feel comfortable while working through that. So the practice here, taking classes here as a student, but also being involved, as a coach working with students has helped me learn a lot about how to actually love myself, how to actually let myself heal, move through those bad experiences, and like have a deep, genuine appreciation for what my life is now.
That's great. And yeah, I guess you've kind of mentioned the impact on your life, but is there anything else that you've noticed with your career or with relationships and just in general?
Yeah. In my career, my full-time job, my main job, I don't give 100% of myself because I choose not to.
Yeah.
It's not where my passion lies. It's a way that I survive. I have income. Whereas, here, this is where the passion lies. And so definitely like knowing that it's okay to not love your career. It's okay to not love certain things because you can still find that love in other places. And so, yeah, like I'm totally happy during the workday to just be, operating at like 80%, get the work done, because I know that when that workday is over and I'm getting to the studio, like I'll come alive. That's where
Yeah.
I'm saving my energy specifically for this. And I love it because then I can actually give 100% of myself to it.
Yeah. What lights you up the most about being a coach here?
I love when students like succeed in things that they didn't think they could do. So many times students will come in and they'll say like, oh, I signed up for this class just cause, but like, I'm not like, don't expect me to be doing half the moves. And I'm not actually, my goal isn't to invert. My goal isn't to climb. My goal isn't to do any of this stuff. Like I'm just here just cause kind of thing. And I think, well, that's totally fine, but I believe that you can do those things. Like I know that you can do those things. I can see the other things that you do, and I know that those skills can transfer. So being that hype person for them and helping them at least, at the minimum have the like bravery to try. And then when they succeed, like, oh my gosh, it's an electric feeling. I love it. All the other girls in the room are cheering each other on. It's just like such a moment. And it's almost like even when they don't succeed, it's still a fantastic feeling just knowing that they tried. And they themselves can kind of feel like, hey, at least I gave it my best shot. And again, like everyone in the room is like, oh my gosh, hell yeah. Like you're getting this. You look great while you're doing it. You're having a good time, and that's all that really matters. So I love those moments of like connection with the group.
Yeah. And what would you say is your favorite class?
I love teaching Pole Rebels. That one is the most fun for me as a coach, just because I get to challenge myself in terms of like, it's tricks that, I'm comfortable with, but being comfortable with a trick and being comfortable enough to teach a trick are different levels. So challenging myself so that I can learn more as a dancer in order to teach better and in order to teach at like the highest level that I can. But also because it's just so much fun in that class. Like being able to try things that are a little bit more dynamic and like, flips and things, like it just feels like being out like a playground.
Yeah.
The adult version of going to the playground and running around and just doing things that are just, for the sake of fun. So yeah, I definitely appreciate like the kind of energy and enthusiasm that comes with teaching tricks at that level.
Mm-hmm. And what do you feel like is the one thing that women struggle with the most?
In what sense?
In the sense of maybe they're trying to see, like, or they're coming in and they're like having this mindset that, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this. Or like, if there's one thing that you notice in your classes that feels like this is a really big struggle for them to overcome.
Um, I think a big part of it comes from their own like perceived self, sense of self. In some cases, it's women who have already decided, well, because I'm, a certain age, I'm not going to try these sexier tricks because,
Mm-hmm.
a woman of my age wouldn't do that. And that's upsetting to see. Or yeah, like women who haven't done sports when they were growing up and they're not particularly athletics. Again, same thing, like just kind of predetermining that they're not going to be able to do certain things. It's just not within the realm of possibilities for them. It's really discouraging to see.
Yeah.
Like it makes me genuinely sad because I want them to know that that's not the case. Like there isn't a rule about what you can or can't do. Whether it's your age, whether it's your body type, whether it's like your life experience, just like try, have fun. And
Yeah.
if it doesn't work out, so what? Like hopefully you still had a good experience with it and maybe you'll surprise yourself. That's the main thing I always tell people is like, just try.
Yeah.
You'll probably surprise yourself
Yeah.
with what you managed to pull off. Or even just what you managed to like get out of the experience. Like how do you feel after having tried?
Mm-hmm.
It always catches them off guard.
Yeah, because one thing I've noticed too in my classes has been building a new relationship with failure.
Yeah.
So what does it actually mean to fail? Because I don't actually believe that failure is a thing.
Right.
Like, you just try until you do it,
Mhm.
or you don't. And I guess that would be the failure. But it's actually your, if the intention is there and you want to keep going, then that's it, right? It's like giving up is not necessarily failing. It's just because maybe you're not aligned with it anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. Or like also this idea that, maybe I can do it, but I won't be good.
Yeah.
So what? Like make it happen first, make it good later. That's like the main thing that I do in my own practice is I know that I'm not going to be great at a move the first time I try it.
Yeah.
But did I land on my feet? Did I
Am I
do it?
safe?
Yeah, did I do it without injuring myself?
Yeah.
That is step 1 and that is like I get the most out of that. And I'll make it good later. I'll make it pretty later. If
Yeah.
I want to. Maybe I don't even want to. Maybe like I have some moves that I intentionally do ugly and wrong because it's just more fun that way. But yeah, make it happen first, make it good later. Everyone has that ability. Everyone has that skill to make it happen.
Absolutely. And and like it doesn't have to be looking perfect either, right? It's like whatever the technique is, like as long as you're doing it safely, it doesn't matter if you're pointing your toes exactly the right angle and the
Exactly. Yeah.
So, yeah. And so how do you feel inside of your body when you are teaching, when you are like when you feel lit up, what sensations are you feeling inside?
I definitely feel alive. I feel like there's like a spark that doesn't turn on. Like I was saying before, like in my career, in my like outside life, there's a certain just like genuine love for life.
Mhm.
A lot of times, when I'm having a really good class and I'm having a really good experience, I appreciate it a lot in the moment, but I also know like I'm going to love this as a memory. Like I'm going to love looking back on this part of my life. I'm going to love like when I'm old and frail and no longer coaching, like I'm so grateful that I'll have these memories
Yeah.
of coaching, of connecting with these women, of moving with them and exploring our sensuality together. So yeah, like I appreciate it in the moment, but I also know I'm going to appreciate this for the rest of my life too.
Mhm. And How do you feel like your journey has evolved from more of the fitness side to more of the embodiment side?
It's definitely evolved. I was like not into the embodiment side at first at all, like when I started pole, or just really ever in my life prior to that. So at first it was a little awkward and it felt like at times like, oh, I don't know, like I feel silly, I feel weird, I feel out of place, but learning that it's good to feel that way.
Mm.
Like it's good to feel uncomfortable every now and then. Always putting myself in situations where I don't have to face those deeper feelings was not healthy for me long term. It wasn't allowing me to deal with certain things. So, although it took time for me to like fully embrace the embodiment practice, it was something that I needed to do for sure. So, yeah, definitely learning to be okay in that feeling of just being uncomfortable, learning to be okay talking about things that I wouldn't normally talk about. Learning to listen was a big part of it
Mhm.
too, learning to listen to the experiences of others and, taking away whatever I can take away from that. I think the biggest thing though was genuinely just connecting with women
Yeah.
because, like, outside of my life, I didn't have a group of women like that I felt connected to. And so by first kind of learning to love myself and learning to connect with myself, I now have so much more love to give to like other women and
Mm.
support to give to them on their journey as well. So all of that has played a huge role in my life. And it only happened because I embraced the embodiment side of things.
Yeah. And do you have an embodiment practice at home or personally outside of the studio?
A little bit. Yeah. I definitely like spend a lot of time outside, not doing anything
Yeah, well,
necessarily.
that still
Yeah.
counts.
Like I'll deliberately go outside barefoot. I'll deliberately go outside and like just sit in the grass. Like the grass may be wet, it may be muddy. I don't care. I just want to feel it, especially, yeah, barefoot. Like I love the feeling of going outside barefoot, even on rocks. Sometimes the pain too. It's one of
Mhm.
those things that I'm like, I don't like it in the moment, but I'm going to feel really good later. Uh, so yeah, like connecting with the world allows me to kind of create space in my mind and in my heart to then like, give 100% to other things in my life.
Yeah. With with everything going on in the world right now, did you feel like you're still grounded in yourself and still embodying your wild and being able to kind of ignore the noise?
Like I definitely I try to keep my ears open to it.
Yeah.
There's times when I will make the conscious choice not to ignore the noise because I want to remain aware and
Mhm.
engaged with what's going on in the world so that like, I can keep myself prepared. I can hopefully if I have a family one day, like I know
Mhm.
how to handle these tricky times. Um, but I do feel very strongly that I can step away from it when I need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it is getting overwhelming and if I'm feeling like, you know what, I'm not the hero who can save the day here. I'm not the person who can, solve all the world's problems and I just need to step away from it for a little bit. I
Mhm.
can do that. I know that I can easily step away. I can step into the studio. Like I said, I can step outside and I can just be me and I can be
Mhm.
free for those moments that I allow myself to be.
Yeah. And do you feel like coming here teaching women this practice that it really creates an impact for them outside of the studio?
Yeah, I know it does. I've gotten a lot of stories from women that I teach telling me how it impacts their life outside the studio. Um, I can see it just in the way that they show up for class. Like
Yeah.
before the classes even happened, how they showed up week 1 versus how they're showing up week 8. Like there's such a massive difference. Just the energy that they bring,
Mm.
like just sort of radiating. It's like they're just glowing before they even started the class. So I know that they've gotten something out of it. I know that they've taken something away and it is being applied in their day-to-day life. Um, One of the reasons too I love having like circle at the beginning of class
Mhm.
is because it gives me those moments to connect with them and kind of check in and say like, how are you doing? Like what's going on in your life? And like, what do you want to share?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. Like I notice a lot of times at the beginning of the series, they'll share things that are a little bit more like stressful going on in their life. And then near the end of series, they'll still share things that are stressful, but their attitude about it, like the way that they describe it, is so different. It's a lot, I just think it's healthier. So I love to see that progression. And yeah, like just anytime they want to open up about their life to me, like I love it. I am like listening so hard. I am going to follow up. I'm going to ask questions.
Yeah.
People think, oh, I must be boring you telling me about my trip to, Cuba or whatever. And I'm like, no,
Like, tell me all
I
things.
really, really want to know. Like, please
Yeah.
tell me. I will ask questions. I will follow up. And I think, yeah, they know that support is there for them. And hopefully they're taking that away in the rest of their life. I feel like they are, though.
Yeah. And yeah, just by showing, or by you seeing their energy showing up differently is a big part. That's all that needs to be said, right? It's like, you don't need to share stories or anything. It's like, it's really about the energy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Moving in through the world. So when do you feel the most turned on in your life?
Probably when I'm looking at myself.
Yeah.
Regardless of what I'm wearing, if I like right after a workout when my muscles are like super strong and defined, like that is so hot to me. I used to like not like my body. I used to deliberately like not work out, thinking, okay, well, I already have broad shoulders. I don't want to have, muscles on top of that make me look even wider or more like masculine. I don't want any of that. Whereas now I'm like flexing in the mirror, kind of looking at my own like back muscles, like trying to get an angle, trying to like see if I can
like an Arnold.
Literally that, because I'm like, that is so hot. Like I want more. I want that muscle definition. I feel so sexy just being in my body.
Yeah.
And even on the days when I'm like kind of like bloated and not feeling great, like I still know that like I'm a gorgeous person. So yeah, I definitely feel turned on by myself.
I love that. When you're feeling into your erotic energy, where are you directing it the most? In terms of your creativity, in terms of maybe you're like birthing new projects or doing art, what would that be for you?
It's definitely like a creative process, whether it be like creating a routine, creating, movement, but also just around the house. Like I'll get into these certain mindsets where I'm like, I can actually do everything at once today. I'm currently going through some renovations in my home, and I'm really trying to do it on a budget. And most of the time it's pretty discouraging because I'm like, I can't figure this stuff out. But, every now and then I will figure something out. And then suddenly I'm like, oh, I can actually do anything. So yeah, I'll get into this sort of like state of mind of just genuinely feeling like alive, and I feel accomplished, and I feel like sexy while I'm doing it, and I'm just like getting things done around the house. And then my boyfriend comes home and he's got all the tools for the job, and he's like,
what?
The job's done. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, my hands, like my nails are cracked and everything from not having done it myself. But I'm like, I did it, and I feel like so powerful and cool because I did it all by myself.
That's awesome.
Even if it was done incredibly wrong and poorly, it's still done.
It's still done.
Yeah.
Because you're in the country right now. You're on a big piece of land. And
yeah, fairly big.
You got chickens?
We've got chickens.
Do you have any other animals?
No, well, I have a cat, but I don't have any other animals. Our neighbors have horses, donkeys, goats. From time to time, they'll wander over, and I just let them hang out. I love them. I'm not worried about it. So yeah, I sort of feel like it's like a loan.
Yeah.
I get the animals for short term, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, you don't have to necessarily.
Oh yeah, I don't have to like deal with them,
but
I get to appreciate that they're there.
Yeah, that's awesome. And how has it been having chickens at home?
It's not a ton of work.
Okay.
Which I do appreciate. And then part of that is because I have a wonderful boyfriend who is willing to do a lot of the heavy lifting. It was actually a little challenging at first because I just feel like I have so much empathy for animals. And in my mind, like the moment that it's like -1 degrees, I'm like, oh gosh, bringing them inside.
Yeah, right.
Like get a heater set up for them. Like they must be freezing. So I had to sort of learn like, actually, no, chickens are fine. I was also worried for the longest time that they were bored. I was like, what do they do all day? Like they need enrichment. So I actually bought like an enrichment kit for them,
Right.
they don't use it. They're fine.
They're fine.
They're totally fine. Like, they don't need me to intervene on every little thing in their life. So it's been a learning process that, like, some things in nature, just let them be.
Yeah.
They're okay. Give them food, give them water, make sure that everything's clean. But, like, I don't need to insert myself into every little thing.
Yeah.
That was a learning process that chickens kind of helped me discover.
That's so interesting. Because I've actually been wanting to get chickens, but I'm in the city, so I'm like, it's probably not allowed. I haven't really checked, but I was like, oh, how cool would it be to grow my own food, because we have a garden, and to, have our own like meat and eggs and things like that. And just like, but yeah, because I've been really wanting to embody the wild, right? Get more in touch with nature and not have the mass corporation food and things like that. So been trying harder. Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm in an area of the city that could maybe fly.
Yeah,
but
so yeah.
As long as I don't get a rooster, right? Do you have a rooster?
Exactly. We do now.
Okay.
We didn't originally, and yeah, originally they were very quiet.
Yeah.
I think you could get away with it.
I feel
like probably it is allowed, but even if not, I feel like you could get away with it. But yeah, a rooster is asking for trouble.
Yeah.
They will rat you out.
What do you feel like is your next step or your next edge or something that you're working towards?
So lately I've started competing and also just performing, like not in a competitive setting. And that has been an amazing experience. As a kid, I hated competing. Like, I would do competitive figure skating and it was just the worst thing ever. And I still kind of feel like a lot of times for kids, putting them in a competitive setting that they didn't ask to be in is stressful and unnecessary. But as an adult, like, choosing to put myself in these competitive situations have been, like, it's been really, really rewarding. Just getting to meet, the other competitors, getting to form those connections, getting to put, together a piece of art that I'm genuinely proud of. It is, something now I'm a little bit more used to it, but when I started, it was weird. It was uncomfortable. I felt like, I was really stepping out of my comfort zone. But now I love it and I crave it. I desperately want that feeling I get when I'm on stage competing.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of chasing it a little bit now. But yeah, and this has only been less than a year since my first competition. I've already seen this massive change in how I approach these things. So it's been so cool and I want to keep doing it. I want to keep performing any chance I get. You don't even need to pay me. I tell people, I'll just do it for fun. If you want to pay me, please do. But I just genuinely enjoy doing it. It's just something that I want to do.
And what is the most, the number one reason that you're competing? Is it to win or is it to get good videos of yourself or what would be the deeper reason why you're...
It really is. It sounds silly because you're on stage in these competitions for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
It's for those 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll spend $1,000. I'll train for months to chase that feeling of those 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And also to have the lifelong memory of having done it, being able to look back and say I did that. Getting to win is fantastic. Absolutely. I've done, competitions where I walked away with nothing and I was okay with that too. I still genuinely look back on the experience with love and appreciation. I'm just so happy that I did it. It is not about the videos though. I hate watching the videos actually of myself performing.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I love to get good photos of myself, but I just, at the same time, I hate it. I don't know. I always you can pay for these photo packages where you compete, get the video, get professional shots from the routine done. A lot of times I'll never watch the video. I'll post it online because I know
you
how
haven't
I did.
watched it.
Yeah, I know what I did. I don't need to watch it. I don't want to watch it, but I'll post it online. Or for the photos, if you have to pick a couple photos that you like, I'll just hand the phone to my boyfriend and I'll say you know what looks good on me, you pick, and then I'll just trust him. And then same thing, I'm happy to post the photos. I'm happy to share them, because it's an experience that I want to share. But I don't know, I'm so in love with the moment of actually performing that I don't really need that content after the fact for my own sake.
Yeah.
That doesn't have as much value to me.
Interesting. So what's what happens if you see them or if you watch the video?
I'll feel uncomfortable at first.
Okay.
And then I'll get okay with it. It's very strange because like I'm more than happy to look at myself in a mirror when I
Yeah.
dance.
Yeah.
I'm happy to watch it in the moment, but I think watching it after the fact, it gives me more opportunities to be like nitpicky or
Okay.
to be like, oh, like that move didn't look the way that I thought it looked when I was performing it.
Okay.
And now I have a slightly more negative feeling associated with it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like, no, I feel good about the routine itself. I want to just maintain that feeling. I don't need to watch a video or see a picture and have that change how I feel about it after the fact.
Yeah.
So if I see them, like, I mean, obviously I do, if I'm going to be posting them online, at some point I do have to at least look at these photos, but I don't really put much thought into them. It's easy to just upload, post and say, there you go.
I did it.
Done. It's saved. It's in its little archive now.
Yeah.
10 years from now, if I want to look at it, I can, but I don't need to look at it right now. I'm good.
That's so funny. Because I feel like I'm the complete opposite where like I love seeing the photos and the videos because I'm like, oh my God. And I've watched my comp videos and my performance videos like so many times. Like I'll watch it over and over and I'm like, wow, like I did that. That's so cool.
See, I feel like I have that same feeling just from the memory of having completed it. Like I know I was like, I did that. That was so cool.
Yeah.
I don't need to see it.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Because I guess for me in those 3 minutes, it's like a big blur.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Absolutely.
I leave and I'm like, what did I just do? What happened?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, I have the video. I can watch what I did.
I think there's like a definite difference between competitors. Because same thing, like I'll talk to other competitors after the fact and they'll ask me like, what did I do on stage? Did I do this move or not? I'm like, yeah, girl, of course you did. Because I think some people, they don't remember those 3 moments. They just walk it out, where for me, it's like, it's all about those 3 minutes. Yeah.
So do you feel like you're more present in the moment? You're really fully in your body as you're performing?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never feel more connected to myself than when I am performing.
Oh, wow. Because for me, performing and competing previously was, I was training. I was like pushing myself. And then it came to those moments. I was having fun on stage, but it was just automatic. Don't think about it. It's just do the things and kind of have my attention more outwards, and it's like it's for the crowd, it's for the entertainment purposes, but I was never really connected to myself the way that like now I feel like it's different. Like when I did the Steel Panther shows and the Tantra Fest performance like that, I was very much more in my body and like in the moment, where I was like, this is whoo, like I feel this this connection. So I'm curious to see just noticing that shift. Did you feel like you had that before too, or you've always been more in the present moment while you're competing or performing?
Well, I mean, the first time I ever competed was less than a year ago.
Oh, I guess
and it was immediately I felt it. Like I've done like a showcase here at the studio once before. Same thing though, like pretty much right off the bat, I was like, yeah, this is my thing. I love this.
Yeah.
Growing up though, like I was saying before, like growing up and being put in a competitive setting that I didn't ask to be in, I still feel like I was weirdly present in the moment, but not in a good way.
Right.
And the entire time thinking, I hate this. I don't want to do this.
Right.
Oh, the next move is coming up. I hate it. I don't want to do the next move. There, I did it. I'm done. Moving on. Like the whole time I'm present in it, regardless of if I like it or not.
Yeah.
So I just choose to be in ones that I like now.
That's so interesting.
Yeah. Get a lot more out of it that way.
Yeah. That's cool. And so as we come to a close, what would be things that you want to tell women that maybe they're looking to step more into their body or connect to themselves, even maybe with like competitions or performances, because we have the showcase coming up. So if you have any tips for people wanting to be present and not just show up on stage and have this be a big blur, that like, how do you actually connect to your body as you're performing?
You have to do something that you enjoy doing. Because especially with performing, you're going to be running that routine over and over and over again. And if you're doing a song that you don't 100% love, like you're going to just check out. If you're doing moves that like other people said, hey, that's a cool move, you should put that in your routine, you're going to check out. You're not going to enjoy that moment. You're going to be so stressed about it. you need to do things that you enjoy doing, things that like feel good in your body, things that feel natural in your body, things that don't require you to like worry and panic about, so that when you're dancing, you can just be you. You just, you know the routine, you know the song, you enjoy the routine, you enjoy the song. You're just there to have a good time. So yeah, creating the routine it's really important that you're doing what you want to do. And I think, that applies to pretty much life in general and classes as well. Like when you're in class, do the things that make you feel good. Do the things that make you feel powerful. Step out of your comfort zone. Give it a try. But ultimately, like, this is your moment. This is your time. Don't try to, ignore it. Don't try to get through it as fast as possible, but enjoy the moment, because you won't always have those moments. So when you have them, take them.
Yeah. And even, there's going to be nerves. There's going to be, other emotions of like, but it's also, how can we breathe and slow down and just enjoy the moment?
Yeah. And like literally in routines, like give yourself a moment to breathe. Like in the routine, choreograph a moment where you're going to tell yourself, like, in that moment, I'm going to look at the audience. I'm going to take a deep breath, and I'm just going to remember what I'm doing. I'm just going to remember, like, hey, I'm performing.
I'm here.
I'm here right now. This is the moment. Yeah. Like add that to the routine. Add those moments to your life even.
Yeah.
And just take the time to actually acknowledge, like, what's going on? What is the moment that you're experiencing, and how does it really truly feel?
I love that. And what would be one word of how you feel right now in your body to close this?
The word I'm looking for is like a word that feels like I feel like I've been rewarded. Like I feel like I didn't necessarily have to work for anything, but I feel maybe accomplished.
What does that feel like in your body?
It feels electric. Like it feels powerful. It feels healthy. It feels strong.
Yeah. Amazing. And I feel like I'm anchored.
Yeah.
I'm there, like, containing.
Yeah.
That's great. But thank you so much for coming on this podcast.
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me.
And own your energy.
Absolutely. Own your energy.
If you're craving a deeper connection to your body, join us June 5th to 7th for the Embody Your Wild Women's Retreat. 3 days at a private waterfront chalet to tap into your wild, primal energy and feel fully alive in your body. We have a private chef, a boudoir photo shoot outside in nature, a curated welcome gift, and so much more. Check out the details in the show notes. If you felt even just a little glimmer inside of your body, subscribe and send this episode to a woman you know that needs to feel this too.